Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out today. My name is Paul DiBenedetto. I'm the president of the Bayside Historical Society. Bayside Historical Society is located in Fort Totten, beautiful Fort Totten Park. We have been in Bayside since 1964, and we don't plan on going away. So thank you all for coming out today and supporting this organization. I want to immediately thank the Bayside Hills Civic Association. We are within the Bayside Hills Civic Association area, and the president, Mike Feiner, is here with us today. Mike's going to speak in a little while, and other folks. I want to acknowledge everybody who's here today. We have Troop 249 from Bayside, the Boy Scouts of America. We have Gregg Sullivan from Bayside Live TV. Oh. We have the American Legion Post 103. We have the 67th New York Company K, right here. The same unit that Captain Dermody served in. How amazing is that? And last, I want to acknowledge Karen Christians and her family. Karen is a PhD candidate in art history and archaeology at Columbia. They are directly related to Captain Dermody. They're here today too. And we have our Senator John Liu. Thank you, John, for coming. State Senator John Liu. Okay, so a little history on Dermody Triangle and Captain Dermody. This triangle honors Captain William C. Dermody, a dedicated and outspoken abolitionist who was mortally wounded in the Civil War on May 12, 1864, during the Battle of Spotsylvania in Virginia. Dermody was the first Baysider to die in the war. He was 34 years old when killed in action. He operated a stagecoach line here in Bayside, but was taken up with the abolitionist movement and volunteered to fight for the preservation of the Union. Dermody volunteered with the 67 New York Infantry and served in Company K, here today, the 1st Regiment of Long Island Volunteers. They organized in Brooklyn on June 24, 1861, and left the state for Washington, D.C. on August 21, 1861. He attained the rank of captain on November 21, 1862. The regiment was attached to the Army of the Potomac and fought in many major battles throughout the war, including Fredericksburg, Gettysburg, and the Wilderness Campaign. The Battle of Spotsylvania began on May 12, 1864, the day on which Dermody was killed. A 20-hour battle took place on that day called the Bloody Angle, which was by most accounts the most ferociously sustained combat of the entire Civil War. Over the next 2 weeks, 152,000 Union and Confederate soldiers fought in the extended battle, and some 30,000 died. The Dermody family immigrated here from Nova Scotia, Canada in the early 1800s. After the war, in 1866, Mrs. James O'Donnell set aside a portion of her family's farm in honor of her brother. She and a group of citizens met here and held a memorial ceremony dedicating the site, including a Union and Confederate veteran, each of which planted a special tree, a maple to represent the North and a sycamore to represent the South. In 1935, a group of public-spirited Baysiders decided to rededicate the forgotten site and plant new trees. The huge boulder which marks the spot was unveiled and etched with the inscription on the other side here. It says, "For a Better Union, 1861-1865. Children from local PS 31 took part in the ceremony." In 1937, the city officially named the property for William C. Dermody, which was simply changed to Captain Dermody Triangle on July 29, 1997, by then Parks Commissioner Stern. And in 1973, at the initiative of the Bayside Historical Society, our founder, Joseph H. Brown, a cleanup ceremony and rededication was held here. Every year, a wreath is laid on Memorial Day, in this case Veterans Day, by the Bayside Historical Society to honor our veterans, and it is why we faithfully meet here today at one of New York City's oldest war memorials, located on one of New York City's oldest roads, Rocky Hill Road. Thank you. So I'd like to mention as well that in 1973, I mentioned that Karen Christians, a member of her family, was here on that day. Actually, he's here with us today. Yeah, right there, this gentleman right here. He was actually here in 73. Okay, the first thing we're going to do after that little brief history is we're going to announce, we're going to have the color guard come in and we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen?
All those in uniform, please salute.
Attention company.
All those non-uniform.
Shoulder arms. Present arms.
All not in uniform, please place your hand over your heart. Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. Color guard, post the color.
Shoulder arms.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Parade rest.
Okay, we're going to first hear from Michael Feiner, president of the Bayside Hills Civic Association.
Thank you, Paul. I'll be brief. I just want to thank the, is that on? Oh, there you go. Thank you, Paul. I just want to thank there's nothing like hooking up the Bayside Historical Society, and it's an honor to do this with them. We've done other things before. And I wrote a real quick thing to say. An oath is made by each person entering the military to share in the defense of the Constitution against all enemies, foreign or domestic, pledge allegiance, and obey the orders of the President of the United States and officers per the Uniform Code of Military Justice. It was believed that World War I was the war to end all wars. Congress changed Armistice Day to Veterans Day on June 1st, 1954. When I was in elementary school, I actually had the day off on Armistice Day, and it got changed just to go to show you. But anyway, it's amazing that you all showed up. We really appreciate your being here, and we'll be doing this next year. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Michael.